Alrighty, welcome back to another week on Hit the Gap. We are, we're probably about halfway through the season at this point, or nearly at the halfway point.
Yeah, probably. I'd probably say, you could call this the halfway point, right?
Yep.
I mean, 14 would be 28, so...
Origin season well and truly underway, generally marking the halfway point of the season, but probably the most exciting part of the year, in my opinion, outside of grand final and the run to the finals anyway. Unfortunately, run and won, but not by Queensland. New South Wales coming away with the slim 2-point lead in that. Some say, and by some I mean 100% New South Wales supporters, saying the greatest Origin comeback in history. I think it was a 20-point deficit they came back from, which was pretty good considering until you realise that they played against a man down for the final 21 minutes or so, which I guess that's just sixes and sevens, right? You throw it out wide and make easy 10, 15 metres off each play.
Yeah, it felt pretty bad, and it's such a bad call. It's just such a bad call. I mean, we could probably talk about it till the cows come fucking home, but it's one of those things where an interpretation, despite being told otherwise, has gone poorly, and now we have what we've got is the result is a very lackluster, empty feeling.
And yeah. And I mean, look, we did see it in our favour 2 years ago, two completely different tackles. So I don't know. The Spurgs arguing that it's the same scenario.
It's so frustrating reading the comparison because you know that it's just rage bait.
Yeah.
But you can't help but go, what went through your head when you posted it? You know?
When you thought that would be worth the time.
When you thought that was like a good comparison, what went through your head?
Yeah. Congratulations, you've got us talking about it now. I hope that was worth it.
That was all they wanted.
Achieving.
That's all they wanted. But yeah. It's just one of those things where you can't even compare the two. I mean, we're talking about someone who leapt from the ground, like. He leapt from the ground. What do you expect? At the moment you leap, you're no different to Hopewadi 20 years ago when he nearly killed Galloway.
Yeah.
Like, you're no different to him at any point at this point. So, if you're going to draw that comparison, you're then drawing the comparison of that same tackle to Kalen Ponga, and that is nothing close. There was nothing close to that. I'd be happy to cop a 10 in the bin, but yeah, send-off was it was almost like a turning off the football moment. Like, what's the point? Because all it's going to do now is give them 20 minutes to send the ball from side to side until they create a 3-on-1, which they did, because what are you supposed to do? It's the elite versus the elite. So it will create a 3-on-1. You can't avoid it. You can't defend it. The fact it took them 25 minutes to achieve it,
yeah, that's probably I mean, you're happy if you're a New South Wales supporter. Obviously, you've got game one locked and squared away, but you're probably happy not so much just for that, but the fact that you got the win, considering, because it was a very lackluster. And I mean, I would say the weather definitely played part in it, but it was a very, very lackluster 15 to 20 minutes from initial kickoff.
I mean, the fact that even your veterans, greats, and immortals are saying, you got fucking lucky.
Yeah.
You got lucky because, let's be honest, they were not in the game until that point.
Yeah.
They were not even slightly in the game.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Cleary was good in that last 20-minute sequence, that last 20-minute period.
Before that,
the fact that
get the binoculars out.
Yeah, the fact it took him that long, it's pretty telling to me. Look into it what you will or don't, because you got the win anyway. But as a genuine footy fan, I think you'd be pretty concerned with how that played out. Which on the other side, 13 against 13, I think I'm pretty confident anyway. If we can play the same sort of style of footy, or very similar, with a similar team as well, if not the same team, I think we are pretty well set for Game 2 down in Melbourne there. So we'll see how that all plays out. At least it gives us gives Queenslanders something to fight for, to barrack for. New South Wales obviously would love to get it locked up in Game 2 as well, but yeah, I don't know. We've seen the last few years when things like this happen, it always tends to go to a decider, doesn't it? Yeah. So yeah. New South Wales, big ups New South Wales getting the 2-point win on that one. Cleary man of the match too. Has he had a man of the match in an Origin series yet? I don't know. I mean, I know he's had a few very lackluster series, which have resulted in losses, obviously, but wasn't sure whether he'd actually gotten a man of the match. Ethan Strange, I thought, though, probably a big shout-out just to debutants. Ethan Strange, I thought, had a really, really good game, and he's stamped his name or authority up against Mitchell Moses there for sure.
I mean, in that first 57 minutes, it kind of felt like between the two of them, Strange was the only one having a go.
Yeah, very asking questions constantly.
Very threatening.
Very dangerous down that side every time they went to him for sure. And then we saw with the disallowed try anyway, right after Ponga went off. But yeah, they really turned it on down there. So
I guess the next question is, given the same teams, I mean, you'd have to. I wonder how. I wonder what will happen. Pending injuries and whatnot, I wonder if we're going to actually see the same teams. I still think there's probably room. I think after that game, I think you're probably looking at Critter.
Yeah, asking questions for sure.
I think you're probably looking at Critter pretty heavily.
Yeah.
Trell will be fit. I don't think should be fit. Yeah. He seems to always just find this.
If he is fit, he'll be an option, though. I know what you're saying for sure.
I really strongly believe that their best choice is to drop Critter for Trell, but we'll have to wait and see what actually happens there.
Yep. Yeah, and Loz, I know. Old Loz in the coach's box, that whole first 15, 20 minutes, every time they cut to him, he looked like old Gil from The Simpsons. He just didn't know what was going on. It was helter-skelter, but hopefully the selectors and that will sit around and make a few tweaks and adjustments for their sake anyway. But with that, though, we will move on. The round 12 we might have a look at. So we came back to you for Magic Round, or a start of Magic Round, but we'll have a look at round 12's results here. Dolphins up against the Raiders to kick the weekend off. Dolphins getting the win here down at GIO Stadium. Now, this one was a pretty close game. Only 8 points difference, 30 points to 22, but geez, it really, I don't know, the Raiders just on and off to me in this game. It was very odd.
feel like we say it every week.
Yeah.
We mention it every week.
What Raiders are you going to get?
Yeah, we've mentioned it since before the podcast, before the dawn of time. They just can't shake the label. The Faders. They just, oh man. And granted, this one was more of a comeback sort of style, but they just struggle to really ice the moments, which is, I think they had Strange back for this game, yeah? I'm pretty sure Strange was back, which was impactful.
Laurie, I thought, sorry, let's just have a quick look at that.
Was it Laurie? Was it actually Dane Laurie? Yeah.
Yeah, I do believe we had Dane Laurie.
Yeah, it was Dane.
Yeah, Dane Laurie and Sanders. Because Sanders really stood up in this.
Yeah.
It's probably the best he's
right.
played all season, having that spot or being the dominant halves partner there. But they you're right. They definitely sort of, it was more of a fighting back to win than a gritty, grind and defend and then put points on from the Raiders, like we know, right?
Yeah, that's right. And then I'm pretty sure from memory they just got iced out by Psycho again 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, yep. The finisher. And Dolphins really making a name for themselves. I mean, they've been there or thereabouts the last couple of years, but probably staking a claim to push for the finals this year.
Serious dark horse, man.
Yeah.
They're one of those teams that if you go into that game sleeping on them, they will punish you severely.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of teams put a lot of emphasis and a lot of pressure on Hammer. They don't need him.
Yeah.
They just don't need him.
Yeah.
They have so much potency around the ruck and on their edges that you just can't really give them an inch because they will take a mile.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did.
Through Bostock, through Plath, through Donahue, JMK when he's on. They have even Ray Stone. Ray Stone came on last week and just fucking punched them. He just punched them. He was only on, I think he was on, in that stint when he came on. His first 10 minutes, he had a ton of runs. And he got a try.
Yeah.
He was so competitive and just, even when there was 4 offloads, it didn't matter. He was still there waiting, just lurking.
He comes on with that ferocity. You'd see it in his eyes. He just plays exactly how he looks, which is a guy that you probably see somewhere in a big city CBD that people are keeping at least 5 to 10 feet away from. He's just a bit too unpredictable.
And I mean, I think even Vossi said it in this game. Find me a man who plays with more veracity. And like his own name. Find me that man. Because Ray Stone is he is the stone. He's the fucking boulder.
He is him.
Man.
But
what a game.
Good win from the Dolphins there. The Friday game, now we should mention, obviously, this was the first major bye round of the year, so we only have a handful of games. But Friday game, now this one, I don't know what happened here. Melbourne looking like they were turning things around and starting the game.
Wasn't it 20-0 at one point?
It was, very much so. They were turning things around, and the Dogs just ending up getting them by 10 points in the end there.
Yeah, this was strange. The Falago went missing. I don't know what happened. He spent that first half of the game just demolishing them. Just being dogs had to invest so much time into stopping him. And then he just went missing. I don't know what happened. I think maybe they thought they had it in the bag, so they took the foot off, and then we know what happens with momentum in this day and age. This one's unexplainable, and I don't even think Bellamy could be bothered trying to explain it. So
he's back to pulling his hair out, unfortunately, after this one, because it was a dominant lead, or it seemed like a dominant performance from the get-go. But then I don't know what happened. I think big ups to Lockie Galvin in this one. I think Lockie Galvin really stood up and probably.
Well, Presto went down the first half. That's right. Preston got injured first half.
Forearm or fractured forearm, broken up forearm, I think it was.
And then Satilli moved into the spot and just fucking owned it. Just owned it.
It was like for like, really. Instead of short ball Preston, it was short ball Satilli. So they used the weapons they've got, and got up in Melbourne's face because they don't have a whole lot of really big forwards, but. They used those fellas they got to bully Melbourne, and that's exactly what it did. It just it turned them over. So I don't know. Melbourne still obviously aren't there, or they aren't back. Rather, thought probably a fortnight ago we might be seeing the start of it, but in a must-win game for probably more so the Dogs than Melbourne, but both teams, the Dogs really they've really clung on here. So. Signs of life for Bulldogs fans. Season's not over yet. It is still very dire, but it's not over yet. The Saturday games we'll jump onto. Dragons versus Warriors. I don't know. No surprise here. The end score, anyway. No surprise here. The Dragons, I think, probably stuck in a bit in this one initially. They hung in a bit, but then, They
made them work for it, which is more than they've done for the whole season. So.
Yep, and it's...
I think one thing I really think that they have potential to put on a lot of points. Especially when they get Jacob Little back.
I
think he's back. I think he's back this week. Which is fantastic news because God, they need someone with a little bit more
go punch.
You can't just rely on Cookie,
or even the Couchman.
The Couchman brothers.
You've got them, but you can't. They're not a whole team.
Jacob just takes it. He's that
like the middleman.
He's that Reed Marnie. He knows really good. Same with Harry Grant. He's just that really good take advantage of the moment. He'll find the repeat sets. They'll get them the possession.
Whether it be that you're right, dart out a dummy half or just a really slick pass or something.
And I think even in this game, I think their only points are off the only way that I think they can win games, which is wing. Setu too is an incredible athlete. In a pretty unfortunate situation. That's, and I don't think people will give many people from the Dragons a go, but I think the two strike weapons that they need are Little and Setu too. I think Sloan is another one. People give him way too much shit. I think he's very athletic and can make points happen as well.
Yep.
Once they got Little back, if they put Sloan in, but keep Setu on the wing, and if they... I mean, I think it unlocks Tuipulotu really as well.
It's hard then, because then you've got to shift Tuipulotu, and you're going to shift Holmes. I don't know whether you're going to shift Holmes or Suli, or they've got a bunch of good combinations. I don't know. They just haven't got one that's working.
Yeah.
Like, really, if they were being honest with themselves, they would probably sit Val down for a bit.
I'm on board with that.
But I don't think they will.
Especially if I think Suli's due back pretty soon, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe this week,
Should be, it might be. We'll have a look.
Yeah.
It might be this week, but it shouldn't be too far off otherwise. They just can't get a combination, unfortunately.
I'm actually on board. I think full on, make the call, sit Val.
Yeah.
He needs to be shown that he has to work it.
Or, hey, bud, take a break, work on your game, and then once you're right,
maybe that's the issue. Take a break.
Yeah, could be.
I don't know. It's just not. It's not looked or felt good this year.
Might need a few Kit Kats at the Red V there, but the Warriors doing what the Warriors have been doing. Tanner Boyd, obviously no Tanner Boyd. TMM's made his way back into the side. We may see... I don't know. We may see Metcalf come back in, but obviously he's off to the Dragons, the opposing team in this game, next year. So wouldn't shock me, if he doesn't get much game time. I think he'll get none. I think if the Warriors are serious and in the next couple of weeks they're still pushing for a top spot, I think they probably need to bring Metcalf in or have him around to utilise him.
I think they'll make a statement. I think they'll make a statement out of him, and they'll keep him out.
Yeah. It sort of seems like that's probably what's happening at the moment, at this point. But yeah, in a couple of weeks, if they're sort of a bit wavy or they're losing a few games, I think they probably need to bring him in and at the very least have him on the bench so they can utilise him if they're serious about making a grand final run this year. But again, it wouldn't shock me if they do go, righto, bud, well, you're off, so we're gonna go with what we've got, because TMM is also a very solid half.
No one talks about it anymore.
Yeah,
because it's so far in the past now. But no one. I feel like people just have checked out or forgotten what he's had to do to come back into this game.
Yeah, and like he was the next big thing at the Panthers, and then at the Cowboys, his run was cut short at the Cowboys, unfortunately, with that brain bleed that you're referring to.
That's what I mean. Like to be where he's at right now.
Yeah.
Not just like the fact that he's in another team and doing well.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's doing all of these great things.
Yeah.
But had to come back and fight from a brain bleed.
Yeah. To be fit to play.
Yeah, man. Exactly. It's incredible stuff.
It is insane. So yeah, given the opportunity, we've seen it with Tanner Boyd. He's staked his claim. He's made a name for himself.
Fort.
So TMM could very well do that. He hasn't I guess shot the lights out or done anything amazing in his last couple opportunities, but he's done his job. I think he's done enough. So I think they should be pretty set or pretty comfortable for the interim at the moment anyway, having him there with Chanel Harris-Tavita at the very least.
The other thing is I think you can play him as 6 or 7.
Yeah, exactly right.
Which is crazy. So
he is a good half.
If Chanel goes down,
yep,
I think we see TMM move into 6 when Tanner's good, but obviously Tanner's not coming back this year. So
yeah, exactly right. The second game on Saturday, Eagles versus the Titans. Now, this was my smoky of the round. I tipped the Titans, and geez, it was only 2 points. But this talking about comeback games. This was a comeback game of the ages, right?
I think this is probably the first time Foz has actually broken a fucking sweat.
Yeah, exactly. Against his old team, nonetheless. Yeah, I don't know. The Titans had the answers. Eagles just couldn't put points on. I mean, 12. They did. They got the 12 points in that, but it was only through Falolo's try just after second half there that they ended up on 12. It was a bit sloppy between both teams. I'll say that. But yeah, Titans just had their number for a bit there.
Oh man, the moment they started working hard on that right edge.
Yeah.
That right edge. It was the right edge. Yeah, you could tell Foz was shitting himself.
Yeah. Yeah, he knew what was coming.
They'd steamed him out. They were struggling to get forward in the ruck in the first place from the Eagles.
Yep.
So, man, we as soon as those back rowers started going to work, oh man, it was close. It was very close. And I mean, look, end of the day, it was a kick.
Yeah, that's it.
It was a kick, and it was the one that they couldn't get from the wing. So,
yep.
Yeah, I think Foz has some work to do. Obviously, it's a bit of a weird period, missing some blokes, but
Origin and a couple little
injuries
and things. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yep. Yeah, Foz ball, but like you said, it's been great, but I don't know. We could be seeing the wheels start to shake a little bit here. And yeah, as goes for the Titans, I think they're close. They are very close, and this was proof of it. I think they won't be very far off by this week. They're on the bye this week, but they've got a win coming, I think. Last game of the round, Cowboys versus Rabbitohs rather. It was up here, Queensland Country Bank Stadium, and what a win from the Cowboys. It
started out pretty tit for tat.
Yeah, yep.
Like it was pretty tit for tat to begin with.
Yep. Penatani, that's his name, the young guy on debut. He had quite a game. I mean, unfortunately, ending with injury, but
the sniper got him. That's right.
Yeah, Hemis, I think.
Yeah,
or Hemi rather. Yeah.
Man, he did well to still push for that next try.
Yep.
He ran for a while with that hamstring injury, but sniper got him good.
Yep.
Got him real good.
Yep.
I think one thing that needs to be said about this game is where we have finally seen Chester not just make amends, but also prove that he is the fucking guy. He is the man. I think Tom Chester's defense in this game was incredible.
Yeah.
Like, it was just incredible. I've never seen Alex Johnson held out so many times.
Yeah. Yep. And of course, Wayne defaults to the excuse of, well, if he had two good legs, he would have scored all those tries. But yeah, I don't know.
If my grandmother had wheels, she'd have been a bike.
Yeah, that's exactly right. If my grandma had two wheels, she'd be a bike. But yeah, that's exactly right. It who's to say, Wayne, because Chester was a man possessed, and we've seen glimpses of both defence and attack, and there have been average periods throughout the season, but glimpses of him firing with both, just not both at the same time, I think, so strongly yet this year. And yeah, this was one where just killed him, just carved him up, shut AJ down that many times, and then that many breaks, just punching through the defensive line and stuff that.
He was just so hard to control and contain. Like,
yeah.
I mean, he even got himself a chocky,
yeah, exactly
right. Whipped out the brown snake celebration.
Yeah, well deserved. Yeah, cop that levels. Don't get it twisted, Willie.
That's it. But man, this was a really high quality game.
Yeah.
From Tom Chester in particular.
Yep.
I think another thing that probably won't get spoken about but should be is Reed Marnie's impact on this game. Yes, he got himself a try. That's all well and good, but I think it's more the tackles he made, the amount of tackles he made rather, and the amount of advantage he took off dummy. He played a stellar game of 9. Really did.
Yep. Yeah, you're looking at top performances there. Chester's pretty much
taking everything,
taking out all of them. Yeah, exactly.
He really staked a claim.
Yep. What do we got here for tackles, though, for Marnie, when you're talking about that? We'll have to jump over to defence here. Tackles made. There we are. And Reed Marnie with 33 tackles, but efficiency is your big one at 91.6%.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, really got that dog in him, and we've seen him start to flourish a bit, or start to do a bit better since Sonny Luke hasn't been coming in or subbing on for him rather. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that's what he needed, a little bit of a fire lit under him through Sonny Luke.
I still really like the interchange between them.
It is handy, yeah.
I think Sonny just needs it. He's got a knee injury, isn't it? MCL?
I
think it's MCL.
He's still off. So we saw obviously Marnie start the year with that 80-minute roll, but then he just sort of.
Who gave him a spell in this game?
Xavier Keresk debuted.
Yeah, that's right. Keresk,
so
that's right.
Keresk, who's also been on the bench or the extended bench or whatever you want to call it these days, he got his shot. So the last, I think, 9 or 10 minutes or so, Marnie sat down and Keresk come on and just got used to it. Got
a lick.
Run on and got a lick of the game and to see what it's like. And he's another one who will come in handy in the future. So just like Sonny Luke is, we may see him sort of step in. That's pretty much it. I think Dufty, they sort of, I think it was a bit of a late change, or at least through the week, Wayne made the decision to put Dufty in instead of Jai Gray.
Yeah, this was a wacky decision.
Yeah.
This was really silly, I thought. I don't know if maybe Jai's just got some shit going on and he didn't get played for that reason. Like he got named on the bench, but he didn't play. And they really needed him out there, I feel like, at one point, and I feel like everyone was going, yo, play Jai, play Jai, play Jai. And they skipped him and played fucking
Dufty, yeah.
He was Dufty?
Yeah. Wayne did say afterwards that there was a sort of a style of gameplay they wanted to go for to try and take it to us, and Dufty suited it better.
It was injury related, I think, as well. I mean, obviously having to lose people because of Penatani's injury and I think someone else got injured too. I can't remember who, but it not playing Jai Gray. I think you have to find a place to put Jai Gray. Whether you put him at fullback or not is another thing.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, I would have probably rather put Dufty at centre or something like that, or even whatever you got to do to get Jai Gray on the field.
Yeah.
He is so threatening. He is the reason why teams collapse against the Rabbits, because you have to invest so much against him. That's just a major fact. So I'm not too sure what Wayne was thinking there, but
yeah, maybe even so. Like Wayne said, they had a game plan and Dufty suited it better. Maybe even so, to your point, you have Gray on the bench just so in this scenario when things aren't going right, you're right. You can go put Dufty in centre or sub him off and put Gray in or something, just to try something different. Because you're right, they are very, very potent and dangerous with Gray on the field. Although Dufty has filled in during Gray's injury period.
He's been fantastic.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. They need him available, or they need to be able to have him there to use.
It's absolutely not a knock on Dufty in any way, because he's been fantastic.
Yeah.
Throughout the injury period, but also just playing generally, he's been fantastic.
Yeah.
It's just a fact that you can't use Jai Gray as the sacrifice.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got to look elsewhere for that, I think.
Yep. With that's the first major buy round of the season done. We'll jump on to this week and our tips for the first minor buy round. First up, Sharks and Seagulls. Fosball. Does Fosball continue? This one's at Sharks' home ground. Now, again, every week we say, what Sharks are you going to get? But Hines being laid out this week with a calf injury, so I don't know how serious it is. There's not much talk around how serious it is or how long he's out for, but being named and then a late withdrawal. Oh no, was he not named? It was one of the two. I can't remember whether he was or wasn't named, but he was pulled out due to having that calf injury, which we've seen him deal with a few times the last couple of seasons.
And then Iro as well scratched out with the knee.
And that's right, yeah, Iro very late scratching with the knee. I don't know. I mean, we've seen Fosball get wavy the last couple weeks, or last week especially.
I've got to back Sharks at Shark Park though.
Yeah. Trindle. Trindle will be the man.
Like, you know that Doge meme where it's like,
yeah,
like Sharks at Shark Park, big massive Jack Doge.
Yeah.
Sharks not at Shark Park, and it's
cowering.
just like the little cowering one.
Yeah.
That's legit what it is with this team. I don't know. Call it hoodoo, call it whatever you want. They're hard. They are such a hard team to beat at home.
Yep.
Maybe the crowd is just that unsettling.
Yeah, could be. The Shire is just an uncomfortable place to be, maybe.
Uncomfortable place to be.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I've tipped Sea Eagles. I probably will stick with the tip of the Sea Eagles.
Yep. It done. Make it go Sharks.
Yeah, I think
make it Sharks.
Yep. I think they're just That's right. They're just a bit too strong in terms of who they've got now, the Sea Eagles, in my opinion. Falolo's doing well at the back, but I don't know. Hamole's out too. They've still got Hamole and Cole. Cole is on an eternal...
Have they announced... Is Olakau'atu going to play?
I'm pretty sure he will be out for a couple, wasn't it, for that? We'll have a look after, but I think he's going to be out with that ankle from Origin. We'll visit it after, I think. But, that's what sort of saw him go real Gumby toward the end of that Origin game.
I remember when he got that massive, full-body cramp, and he couldn't even get forward to get the ball.
Yep. Oh, he's not even on there. Maybe they are just resting him. I thought he had a bit of an ankle complaint from that game, but might have just been rumours. I think Manly. I'll go Manly on this one.
I'll go Sharks.
Tomorrow's game, Saturday, the Knights versus the Eels. God, talk about could be anything. Knights fielding pretty well a full team now. It's got to be Knights.
Yeah, and look, KP's been announced to play as well.
Yeah,
so,
yep. He's backing up.
If KP's backing up, I've got to go Knights.
Yep.
That said, if this is one of those ones that Eels pulls a win out of, it wouldn't shock me as well, because even though they've got no Moses, they do have a whole bunch of people back.
Yeah. A few wins.
Yongi's back.
That's the big one.
Yeah, that's... Pezzet's out, I think. Pezzet's... he's got a hamstring injury, I think.
But I think he may be playing resis. From what I heard, he's making his way back through resis or whatever, but whether he's ready or not ready, I don't know. There was some talks about there being some funny business as to why he's not being named, but I think Para fans are probably happy with the... keeping Joash in the side rather.
Yeah, Joash. Let's just be real about it. Joash and Volkman, those are your future boys.
Yeah, exactly right.
Don't even waste time anymore.
Yeah, Iongi's got to be fullback. Although Joash has filled in well, I think Iongi's got to be fullback.
He has to be there
to have their best fullback. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, I think Knights just too strong, especially with Ponga backing up, and not only backing up, not suspended because
it wasn't
everyone else bar Ashley Klein and New South Wales supporters saw something different. But anyway,
we're getting heated. Getting heated.
Yeah, Knights for me as well. Next one is Doggies versus the Tigers. This really could be anything in my opinion.
Tigers get pretty much a full roster back. Full roster minus Dewey, I want to say.
Dewey's out for at least another 5 weeks. I think 4 or 5 weeks.
Oh wait, hang on. Falatino's in. Who's their other winger? It's obviously Skelton will be 2.
Yeah. Skelton and Falatino for Taruva. No, centers. Taruva's in the centers. So who have they pushed out?
Oh, Lalili.
Lalili.
Yeah, true.
Yep. And Herbert's dropped out. Taylor May with that shoulder injury again.
I think Montoya got dropped for being
a Spurg.
Yeah. Finally, let's just be honest about it, right? Like his performance this year I'm surprised it's taken this long.
Yeah.
I would have rather have fucking Jerry on the wing than Montoya in the last few games.
Yeah, it has been a little bit lackluster. Definitely.
That's a statement.
Yeah, yep. And Kiraz filling in at fullback has been a godsend for the Dogs. I think it's probably one thing I didn't bring up about last week's game. Kiraz was everywhere and doing everything from a player that started the season in his normal... I think he was on the wing. He was on the wing or in the centre, was rather average. Coming back from this injury, I think he's been great, and I think he's great for the Dogs when he's at fullback. Just don't know whether it's enough.
I still think he's just another like Tracy though. That's the thing. Same with Tracy being he does everything all the stuff right, but he doesn't insert himself into the game, and that's what he does wrong. So, I don't know. I don't think Tracy. It's the same with the Sharks. I think we had this discussion last night where we just don't really see the Sharks. We don't really see Will Kennedy.
Yeah,
in the same light, in the same light as others full star fullbacks,
or even your Troll when he's at fullback. Yeah, exactly.
Should I put more weight on Farlogo than I do?
Yeah.
Either of these guys.
Yeah, he does. They do their job. They do a job and do their job. Do it good.
Same with Buller. I put more on Buller than I do for for Tracy or Kennedy.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just one of those things. I think that team, those two teams in particular, just need to figure out a better solution. I think.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. I think with this game, but I'm thinking personally, I think it's got to probably be the Tigers.
I'm going Tigers.
Yeah. Dogs could surprise, but just between the two of them, I mean, Tigers are on the slide as well, but between the two of them, I just think Tigers full strength or close to full strength are going to be too good.
Yeah.
And the Storm versus the Roosters. This is a big one. Roosters are favourites. They must have pretty much everyone backing up.
I'm not locking in.
Teddy is backing up. Wow, that's actually a surprise to me.
And I think they haven't fully decided. They've even said this morning that they haven't actually decided fully if they're going to play. If they're going to play Munster or Harry Grant tomorrow, they haven't decided it. So, I think whether they get named during tonight or whether they get named during tomorrow before, I'm not locking in until I see them locked in an hour beforehand.
That's right. Yeah, I was going to say they've got that hour, but they do have. Who have they got in their reserves? Keegan Russell Smith. Yeah, they do have the bench or interchange isn't too bad. So yeah, there is a possibility we do see them drop out. I think for Melbourne's sake though, they can't. I mean, I
think they can't afford to leave them out.
Yeah, unless they're unfit or they're that rooted, I don't think they can. That being said, this is going to be my left field or my smoky of the week. I think I'm pick Storm in this.
I'm going Storm.
Yeah. Logic behind it, I mean, obviously Roosters got everyone backing up as well, or almost everyone backing up and almost a full squad, but I just think New South Wales are probably going to be a bit more, or the players backing up, I should say, from New South Wales.
I'm only going to change my tip in that first hour, in that last hour.
Yeah, that's it. If anything changes.
I'm currently tentatively locking Storm.
Yep.
But if they are resting Munster and Grant, then I'll change it.
Yep.
But I'm going to lock in on Storm here.
Yep, I do. Yeah, I think there's New South Wales players backing up for the Roosters. It might just be a bit too hard of a game for them, possibly. A couple days apart sort of thing. But yeah, I think Melbourne. I'll go Melbourne. This would be my smoky on my left field of the week, this one. Sunday's games, Broncos and Dragons. I think this is probably pretty clear cut.
God, what I'd give to see the Dragons beat the Broncos.
Yeah. At Suncorp, so Arvo game at Suncorp there. Man, anything could happen. We've seen stranger things happen, but I just don't know if this is it.
I don't know if this is the strange one though.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure they've got like a full team as well.
Haas back. Haas is probably the big
They get Haas back. They get Gajewski back. They get Piakura back. I think Grant Anderson's knee's finally better. Who are they missing?
Yeah.
What's missing?
Only Jordan Ricky, and I mean you've got.
No, who they're missing? They're missing someone in the front line as well. They're just injured still, I think.
Yeah, he had his embolism. Ex-Cowboys player. Why is it not coming to me at the moment? Jensen.
Corey Jensen. No, yeah, that's right. No, Mariner had the
He had a knee or a leg injury.
No, it's that blood clot thing.
Yeah, in his leg, I think. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, or around his knee or something.
Wacky injuries.
Yeah.
Wacky injuries.
They are dealing with them, the Broncos. But yeah, I mean, in terms of forward pack, Willison's plugging a hole, or has been plugging a hole pretty well. And on their edges, even so, on the wings, they've got players that are equipped. I mean, Shibasaki's still on there. He hasn't really had a great season, but he's doing a job, I guess. He's filling a hole.
You'd have to argue though that this is the sort of game you need for Shibasaki to give yourself some fucking confidence.
Yeah, exactly right. Get him back into the game.
This is the one where you want to go, okay, look.
Yep.
Let's put some points on.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's give myself a little bit of something. I need a pat on the back, bro.
Statement game, I think, for Walsh. Could be a really big game for him to make a statement to play Origin Game 2 possibly, or at least be picked in the extended squad.
I think if Walsh puts 70 points on, he still doesn't get picked. But
yeah, it's going to be a game where he can put 70 points on. This is it, because
I think I'd still prefer Walsh than Mam on the bench. But
Yep.
Either way.
Yep. Yeah. I just I I don't see the Dragons, unfortunately, getting it done.
Yeah, they do get Sully back there. Yeah.
There is, he is. There you go. He's back in the side. I mean, even with that, man, I just don't know.
No, I don't think so.
Flano back at 7. Yeah,
and like I said, I think, like I said, to open this conversation, it was like, I mean, I would adore seeing the Dragons beat the Broncos at home.
Yep.
At home, no less.
Yep.
But I just
can't see it happening.
I can't put any chips on it.
Yeah. So. Broncos for me as well. And Cowboys versus Raiders down at GIO Stadium. So Raiders home game here. Raiders are tipped to be the favourites for good reason, but man, we're in some form. Cowboys are in some form at the moment. It is always a smoky when we go down there. You know, we're not really the favourite, but we somehow seem to get the job done, or we can get the job done, I should say. I hope this is the same sort of scenario. We get Muzz back.
And they get Savage, so
yeah,
it evens out a little bit.
It's 1-for-1. It really is 1-for-1. Savage, and that's the thing too, Savage up against Laybart. I think most people are putting money on Savage in that one, right?
Yeah, good chance.
Outside of that, though, it's pretty well the same team or similar team last week. Cotter's back too.
Vallea's been named.
Yeah, Valleia on the bench. I think Valleia's been on the interchange the last couple of weeks. They just haven't utilised him. Been more forward-centric. Ethan King as well. We've seen, like, obviously the likes of Lodge.
Valleia 14 over Karisk. That's an odd choice in my opinion.
Yeah, which makes me think he's starting to look for a spot for him, which I don't like. I'll go Cowboys in this one. We're talking about left fielders. I don't think it's a left fielder, but this will be my.
I just think everyone else is wrong.
Yeah,
I think this is all Cowboys all over.
Yeah, we see him go down there and somehow just pull out a gritty performance, but that's the thing. Once we're flying, or we start flying a bit.
I think Cowboys have won a whole bunch at GIO too. Like we have a pretty good record at GIO.
Yeah, that's the thing. Go down there and put in a gritty performance and just sort of steal the win. Where the faders do their fading as per usual. I don't know. I think this will be a tough game, but yeah, I'll go Cowboys.
It will be, and I think we're looking at Raiders starting off pretty strong, but I think, of course, faders.
Yep.
So yeah, I've got cows. I've got cows in this one. I can't not take them in this.
Yep. And last game of the round is Panthers versus Warriors. This one's going to be tough. It is at CommBank Stadium, first versus second.
Anyone else rock hard for this game?
Yeah.
Whew.
So a lot of implication about this one, or origin-based implication rather. You got Cogger named at 7, but Cleary is in the extended squad, or is on the interchange. I just don't. Oh no, extended squad. He's a reserve. So
let's be honest. He's probably going to play.
I don't know, man. I don't know whether he will. I mean, he needs to, I think, for that Dally M run home, because I think pretty sure he was leading it before it went behind closed doors. But if he wants to really make a run for that Dally M at the season's end, I think he needs to play. But I've been hearing a bit about him having a hip injury or something from Origin. He come back out in the second half and his left side hip or something was padded, heavily padded. So I don't. That's what's. It's sort of just making me think. I don't know. I'm not as certain that he would. What I thought was probably going to happen was we'd see maybe Cleary either start the game or start on the bench. Laid in, but from the bench, just so he's not playing a full game. But when you think of it, like, why would you? Why would you risk it if he is dealing with something? Why would you even bother risking it, making it worse?
I think we'll definitely see Casey play.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll keep Casey out.
He deserves to, because he didn't really play much Origin, right? He played well when he did get his opportunity, but he didn't play. I just don't
think he didn't. I think he did a lot, but I don't think he didn't take any like serious bumps or anything.
Yeah, and his game time, his minutes weren't that huge.
Yeah, I do believe he will play. And
then we should see Garner shift back into the second row. Yeah. I think I'll probably. Jeez, I'm still undecided.
Honestly, I'm going to say it. I've got Waz.
Yeah, Waz.
I'm up the Waz.
They've been flying. We do have RTS out. I think was it last week he got that
ACL.
Got that. Did Confirmed. His ACL. So that's his NRL career. Unfortunately, done and dusted.
But this is fine though, right? Because it just means that Pompey starts in centre, and it means Ali Leotawa stays in centre too.
Yep.
I'm kind of happy with that.
Yep. outside of that, they haven't changed from last week or the last couple of weeks. They're still probably the most consistent put together squad out of the two of them. God, I don't know.
I did notice that on this one, Metcalf has been put to the extended bench.
He's in the reserves, yeah. Yep. So that's the one we'll see an hour out or the day before even possibly, sorry. It goes back to your 19-man squad. God, I don't know. I might go Wise with you too.
Yeah, I think this is the one where the Panthers finally go, look, I don't think we should invest our full team into this anyway.
Yeah.
I think we probably should rest players. And even though there's part of me that says we're still going to see Cleary play because of those things that you just mentioned with the Dally M stuff, I think that they will eventually go, no, play all the Reggies and take a loss if we have to, because we're so far up it doesn't fucking matter, and why would we invest anything against a team that has a good chance of beating us anyway? I actually like that plan a lot. From a long stem, from playing a long con,
Yeah.
So,
yep.
I'm gonna go Waz. I'm gonna go Waz.
Nice. Yep, the double Waz up the Waz from Hit the Gap this week. Yeah, that's it for most of that stuff there. We might even just jump into your try of the week or try of the fortnight. We'll look at that before we talk about whatever other news we had going on. Now you're going back to throwing it back to Magic Round. Speaking on the
yeah, we didn't really cover a lot on the Magic Round other than that than the preview.
Yeah,
but I'm going to throw it back. You could really give this the whole. You could dedicate the whole game to bloody Dallin. Really, he had a fantastic game. I think he got a hat trick. All of his tries were good, but there was one in particular, that intercept. He plucked an intercept.
Yeah,
and still did a dive for us.
Yep.
It was fantastic.
Yep.
Last try of the game. Yeah. What can you say? The flying mullet. He's just stellar.
Yep.
To pull an intercept, to be at his age and pull an intercept and still have that sort of speed. They only just caught him, but he still put on a fantastic showing of a try with a dive. He's just such an athletic guy.
DWZ doing what DWZ does.
He's so hard to keep down.
Yep.
So, and to get as many tries as he did in that game as well. I mean, he's got a few already. I think he's chasing Milk, isn't he? I think he's second or third, but he's having a stellar season. So
yeah,
DWZ for me.
Still finishing like no other in the game at the moment. With that, we'll jump on to the fantasy buy round. This week now, we are talking about buys, we are in the major and minor buy round sequence of the season, so you only need your starting 13 players to play, but even with that, it can be hard to field a decent starting 13 or a meaningful one, because you don't want to be making trades just for the sake of having people play in these next couple of weeks, just to leave yourself short with some players that either won't even be playing or will be putting up, bad numbers after Origin time. So I've gone, now I'm happy for this to bite me in the arse as it has before, but I've gone Walsh. So I started the season with Walsh. He was putting up some good numbers, 69, 50, 82, another for 58 there, and then he copped his injury. So he had to you had to get rid of him. You couldn't hold on to him, but he had to sort of fall to the back, the back of the queue there when you talk about fullbacks. But now that we're seeing most of the gun ones, so Teddy included now, and ones that are at an affordable price, play Origin, etc., I think he's probably a good shout this week.
Little steal.
Yeah, could be anything. I'm happy for it to bite me in the ass, but at 595k, the potential is just too high for me to let him go. And I think up against the Dragons, I think he is going to put a big score on. Talking about that 70 earlier, I think he does put that 70 on, and I think it just bumps that price up a bit too much. So I'm investing early. I'm going to get on him now. Even if by some miracle he does get picked for Origin 2, I'm happy to miss him, let him go for those couple weeks, just for the sake of having a decent winger fullback in the squad, since I've let Teddy go. I've traded Teddy out since he's been picked, and I think he'll definitely be getting picked for game 2 as well after the way that game finished. That's probably about it there, though. I mean, topics around the league anyway for the last couple of weeks, last fortnight. There have been a few big ones. It's been being pretty up and down. Big signings and that anyway. I know the Cowboys have scored a coup. They've stolen a couple Sharks between Katoa and Ramian.
Unfortunately, though,
bit of a duo package. Yeah. But I think that probably for Cows fans just, spells the end of Murray Talangi's career at the Cows, right?
You'd probably have to say that means he's going Roosters then.
Yeah, which has been the strong male anyway, or heavily rumoured for the last maybe close to 12 months anyway.
Uncle Nick got his man.
Yeah, yep. And, I mean, it's a good buy by them. It's smart. They're going to see Tupou resign or retire rather in the next year or two probably. Won't be very far off. They are flush for some good wingers and whatnot, but someone that's ready built, made to go, and he'll link up with Robson. Unfortunate, very unfortunate, just for the Cowboys' law side of things.
I think the diehard supporters also are probably going to feel a little bit hard done by as well.
Yeah,
just because Muzz has been such.
He's done his time. He came in.
Yeah, I just think it stings a little bit because it's like, man, he's been such like a mainstay for the Cows,
Yeah, that's exactly right. He's an old boy of the Cows now.
Yeah, he's technically an old boy now.
That's right, exactly. He isn't old, but yeah, he's one of the old boys in terms of he came in very young and he's made that spot his own ever since. So, yeah.
Got a nickname and everything, Sugar Glider.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
So you make it.
Other stuff though, I mean, Andrew Abdo resigning was another big one.
Yeah,
I think. Off to Tennis Australia.
Got the bag and got out.
But that's right. I don't know who takes over. What happens when they do take over? Because obviously, Vlandis steps in and he's doing a dual role at the moment. He's filling in for him, but who takes over next year and what do we see happen there? Because between Abdo and Vlandis, that's what we've seen the NRL, I guess, what it's become the last 4 years or so, right? Vegas, between the Vegas round, the way the game has changed, its structure of it has changed, this year is a big proponent of that, very big in terms of six agains or just the speed of the game changing, but I'm pretty sure it's Vlandis and Abdo that brought the six again rule in around COVID anyway. It's big implications, I think, next year. It will be interesting to see what happens, I think.
I'd like to see someone come in who cares.
Yeah, that's right. And maybe just reins in a bit of these continuous, I call them TikTok changes because they seem to be they seem to almost be brought in to appease the TikTok addled.
The fast pay.
Yeah, that's right. Payout, just something
fast
quick
result.
Something, hedonistic, something quick, and you just get
quick result is what they want.
Good sugar burst of enjoyment out of it, or excitement rather.
Yeah, like a dopamine thing.
Yeah. Hopefully we see someone just come in and maybe just level the ship a little bit.
Yeah.
Just sort of give Vlandis a bit of a tap and say, hey, settle down, stop. And also the other one, probably the biggest one of the last fortnight, is the Gyaro diagnosis, the motor neurons disease diagnosis.
Terrible.
Now, very, very big. We're seeing sportsmen and women hopefully don't have to deal with it as much. Hopefully we can find out what's going on. But professional sportsmen, anyway, the last couple of years getting these diagnoses and stuff.
That AFL fella just died from it too.
He did, yeah. And he lasted a bit. He had I'd say a decent quality of life. It wasn't a very quick turnaround.
Not everyone gets it as aggressive.
Exactly.
Jais is
seemingly pretty
incredibly
strong.
aggressive.
Carl Webb's the one that I think back to.
His was also very aggressive.
Yeah, we did see him. He got the diagnosis, but then he did all his charity, did a big charity walk and all that. He did a lot for it, but then once he sort of dropped off, we didn't hear much more of him.
He only lasted, I think, 3 or 4 years, didn't he?
Yeah,
Webby.
Yeah, yep. So he just it got to him right at the end there. Jai's one where it's very. I mean, it's very rattling regardless, but I think just based on his age, like outside of having to medically retire, which is what we're talking about this for, he had to medically retire. Outside of having to do that, he's 30 years old, you know, like if he didn't have this, he'd easily have 3, possibly even 4 years if it worked out of playing professional rugby league ahead of him. To see a career like his cut short because of it's crazy, but
to think that it's not really, you know, it's not just about his career now; it's about his life.
That's exactly right. To see a career like his cut short because of it is tragic. But then the implications, the flow-on implications from it are far worse. You know? It's not like hey, I've done my shoulder this many times. You know, I'm not going to be able to, you know, lift stuff over my head as easily after, you know, life after football. This is one where it's like he said he's going to fight, but he's going to fight he's going to have to fight to just do everyday normal things, which is very tragic. So yeah, I mean, obviously we send all our well wishes and hopes in that out, and hope his fight goes well for him, and he's open. He said he's open to trying whatever's available and doing whatever he can for it. I hope it all goes the best it can for him and his family. Because I mean, Larrikin, I mean, he's a name of the game for sure, old Jai Arrow, but
proud Queenslander.
That's it, and yes, seeing anyone deal with something like that's horrid. Let alone, you know, a rugby league star or someone that people look up to. So yeah, all the best, and I think the rugby league's community's been getting around him very well. NRL as a whole have shone a good light on it. And we've seen that Rabbitohs game last week against the Cowboys. I think half of the 50-50 charity raffle went to Jai, whether it be his choosing of charity or
which also exceeded $50,000, which is something we haven't seen for
insanity.
We haven't seen anything close to that for a long time.
Yeah, for a local game.
For a local game, that's right. Yeah. But to see it exceed 50,000 is incredible. So can only really hope that makes an impact.
Yep, and not just the Cowboys, obviously every club, the NRL as a whole, as I said, they've gotten around him, and Australia as a whole, from what he said, I think he had a radio interview the other day, he's just so shocked and amazed that Australia's gotten around him like they have. So hopefully his fight can be one that helps get a bit of progression or helps,
some sort of progress.
Progress to stop it. To stop it happening to anyone else. That's probably about it, though. I think for
was Ivan.
We did touch on it, I believe.
Did we touch on it
last episode? Yeah,
I can't remember
we touched on it, but I think the rumours these days are that he might be taking up that New South Wales spot.
Trying to scalp a New South Wales spot.
Yeah, I think he might have his eyes set on it, and I think
that's probably the first time I'll actually be scared for Origin, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think New South Wales fans will be opposing to the idea anyway. No. But that's it from us here. We are drawing our competition for the Dolphins tickets today anyway, over on our other podcast there, Life at the Outpost, our Cowboys-centric podcast. But as you probably would have seen last week, we are, for this podcast, doing our yearly Origin competition. Again, this one's probably a bit more for the Queensland fans. So if you head over to our page and check that competition post, you can win yourself one of 2 members packs, a few decent bits of memorabilia and merch, rather, I should say, there. So go check that out. But outside of that, I think for us here at Hit the Gap, thanks for tuning in.
Cheers.